Section 5 of Living on Half a Dime a Day. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Sue Anderson. Living on Half a Dime a Day by Sarah Elizabeth Harper Monmouth. Section 5. But to resume my narrative, in my humiliation and low estate, I would have hailed with joy, as I have said before, any benevolent work had there been an opening for one so poor and reduced as myself. I languished most of all because I could do nothing to help anybody. The cruelest thing in the loss of property was that I had nothing more to give, no means to aid others. I was not renowned for prudential morality. Folks would tell me I must be more selfish. Was it not awful? Surely it was. I hope I never heeded them, but doubtless I did. So at length the summing up of the whole story is, I have got along on $40 per annum for a number of years, and sustained sufficient vitality for a recluse, inactive life. A crippled invalid could not well lead any other. I have a few household articles held in reserve against emergencies. The best things, however, were parted with in my darkest time. As to clothing, I hardly need more than 2 wrappers in a year, and may reasonably hope to retain the red checkered tablecloths to fall back upon in case of necessity. Of them I can fashion a warm weather gown that will last and outlast a good many seasons. And for a winter garment, a widow has promised to sell me for a trifle a large coverlet with some mouse holes gnawed in it. It is of course cotton, with overshot bars of woolen, such as were woven by our grandmothers. It is not indigo blue and white, as were many coverlets of this period, but chocolate and white, of medium-sized plaids. This I propose to dye of a dark color and convert into a cold-weather dress, if need be. I was always taught to have some foresight for the future. As to shoes, I've still enough of the fulled cloth of the old overcoat of my father's to supply me a lifetime. Bonnets don't signify, as I have practically demonstrated by successfully repudiating them for a space of 4 years. So I am provided with clothing for an indefinite period to come. I do not see as I need to spend 50 cents in 5, perhaps 10 years should I live so long, to help procure any necessary article of dress. So I may lay by enough to patch the leaky roof, and putty the most clattering glass into the most clattering windows. I ought to be able to hold my own on reading, and have an extra $1 or 2 for charity. I do not say my tastes and aspirations are gratified in this stern, severe life. No, they are all, or nearly all, sacrificed. My eye hungers, if by chance I get a glimpse of some rare picture or other thing of beauty. A great pang convulses me, for the world of art is and must be an unknown world to me. Only the few familiar views in nature round my low valley home may my eyes behold. The changing seasons make the sole variety. My ear hungers for all sweet sounds. I hear but nature's music, the birds in summer, the roaring winds in winter. I read of other lands than ours. From the printed page alone must I draw my knowledge of them. I shall never see grand old England, beautiful France, wild Switzerland, classic Greece, sacred Palestine. It had been the dearest hope of my life to sometime know them by the seeing of the eye. The tears come, the heart aches as it cries, "What loss! What loss!" I was the most enthusiastic traveler. My delight mounted into ecstasy. I was unconscious of fatigue and above annoyance. Art and beauty were as thrones whereon I walked in supreme exultation. But these were lost delights. The hand I had deemed so trusty was scattering my few thousands when I knew it not, and all had been gone beyond retrieval, years before it was suffered to come to my knowledge. But my wants grow fewer and simpler as to the body. The mind is just as clamorous as ever. It is the humored child that has got the upper hand. I keep the magazines and get now and then a new book. All my reading is valuable, and will thus bear going over again and again. My relish is keen and vigorous. I have reason to thank God every day that He gave me a taste for reading, as this one taste I am able to gratify in a measure. Sometimes I think it has been my salvation from total wreck and imbecility of mind. It was my one solace and relief in darkest times, and the love and gratitude I bear those authors whose words gave me sustaining support and inspired to hope and endeavor are the deepest and most cherished feelings of my heart. Preeminent among them are Mr. Beecher, Phillips Brooks, Whittier, and Dr. Holland. I sometimes dream I see and converse with them so pleasantly. These dreamland interviews are more heartening than those with real flesh and blood often, for the veil seems to be done away in them. There is perfect clearness and comprehension. But let me not incur the charge of mysticism, for I am in truth the most real and practical creature, only given to moods now and then. Who is not? My fortune has not returned. My loss has not been made up to me in any worldly sense. I have not escaped poverty. I have only disarmed it in a measure, and that by letting go of lower things and reaching up to higher. I never loved shams, or was good at feigning what I did not feel. Genteel worldlings complained of my bluntness. It is not possible for me to make an appearance in society, but if I thus lose much, I feel I also escape much. There are many evil things in society. Mine is a sincere and real life, sitting loose to time and looking serenely towards eternity. Dark things, mysterious things, as touching the conduct of others towards me in days of sorest need and trouble, have perplexed and pained my mind, have been beyond the bitterness of death to my soul. When the secrets of all hearts are revealed, these things shall be made plain. Wealth brings many responsibilities. I do not suppose I should have known how to administer it wisely and well. But mine was only a competence, and the chief comfort of my life was gone when I no longer had it to deal out from as I could in benevolent ways. I only wish I had given more while I could. But words like these are idle. What is gone cannot be retrieved. I have tried and succeeded in maintaining a tolerable independence on $40 for a term of years, and am encouraged to hope I may be able thus to do to the end. If this recital is deemed indelicate, I am most unhappy if I leave the impression that I obtrude on the public a tale of loss and need after the fashion of a beggar. This is not a polite or an impolite solicitation of alms. It is a declaration of independence rather. I don't know but a proud one. I dare not say it is not egotism, but it is the egotism of humble things, even of oatmeal and homemade woolen shoes. Signed S. E. M. Sarah Elizabeth Monmouth. End of section 5. End of Living on Half a Dime a Day by Sarah Elizabeth Harper Monmouth.